Hi friends, welcome back to another Read Aloud with Mr. Ward. So for today's story, it's called Scamp and the Kitten. And this one is actually a Walt Disney production book. And let me see if I can find you. Oh. I don't see a specific author, so I believe this book was just kind of made based off of a film that they did. One day, Aunt Sarah came to visit Eric and his mother, Darling. She brought her little kitten, Pumpkin, with her. "It's a beautiful day," said Darling. "Let's go to the park." "Woof, woof," said the four puppies who live with Darling and Eric. And so they all went off to the park. Scamp the puppy led the way. Aunt Sarah held on tight to her kitten. Aunt Sarah and Darling sat down on a park bench to talk. Eric and the four puppies ran off to play ball. The sun was hot. By and by, Aunt Sarah and Darling fell asleep. Pumpkin the kitten jumped out of Aunt Sarah's lap. Pumpkin ran happily off. She saw the puppies with Eric. "I want to play too," said Pumpkin. But when Pumpkin came closer, she decided not to play after all. The ball game was too rough and noisy for her. Scamp saw the kitten. "Hello there," he said. "Come play with us." "No, thank you," said Pumpkin. "I have a much better game. It's called Butterfly Bye-Bye." And the kitten chased after a butterfly. "Wait!" called Scamp. He went after the kitten. Pumpkin ran out of the park. Scamp followed her. Scamp did not want Pumpkin to get lost. She had been lost once before. Scamp had found her for Aunt Sarah. Pumpkin jumped into a box. Scamp jumped up after her. "Scamp is playing chase with me," thought Pumpkin. "What fun!" As she jumped down and ran off. "Stop! Come back!" called Scamp. The kitten ran into the street. She didn't see the big truck, and the truck driver didn't see her. Scamp had to do something fast. He ran into the street right in front of the truck. Screech! The truck stopped. "What a brave puppy," said the driver. Scamp jumped back onto the sidewalk, but the kitten ran the other way. "Oh no," said Scamp. Pumpkin was scared by all the noisy cars and trucks. She ran away fast. Now Scamp was all alone. Where, oh where is that kitten? He wondered. He looked here, and there, and everywhere. No kitten. Pumpkin wandered all day. It stopped being fun. She couldn't find Scamp. She couldn't find Aunt Sarah. Pumpkin was really lost. Suddenly, Pumpkin heard a growl. She saw dogs. Big, mean dogs. "Meow, meow," yelled the kitten, and she started to run. Pumpkin ran as fast as her little legs could go. The big dogs ran after her. Went the dogs. Poor Pumpkin was so scared. Suddenly, Scamp heard a kitten's meow. "That's Pumpkin," he said. And off he went. Meow! Scamp heard the kitten cry again. The puppy followed the sound. He took a big jump and landed on a wall. Meow! Scamp raced along the wall. Scamp saw the big dogs. They had cornered Pumpkin. "Stop!" yelled Scamp. Scamp jumped right in front of the big dogs. The dogs barked at Scamp, but Scamp barked right back at them. He was very angry at them for scaring Pumpkin. A policeman heard the noise. He came running up. "What's going on here?" he shouted. The big dogs quickly ran away. The policeman picked up Pumpkin. "Oh, nice kitty," he said. "And you're a brave little puppy," he said to Scamp. "Ruff," said Scamp. The policeman looked at Scamp's dog tag. He saw Scamp's name and address. "Time to go home," said the policeman. "Lead the way, Scamp," said the policeman. "You are a good dog." "Ruff," said Scamp. He barked and jumped and ran all the way home, but the kitten went to sleep in the policeman's arms. At home, everyone was worried. "Where can they be?" said Darling to her husband Jim. "Don't worry," said Jim. "I know Scamp will look after Pumpkin. Remember how we found Pumpkin the last time she was lost?" Just then, the doorbell rang. "Good evening," said the policeman at the door. "Do you know this kitten and puppy?" And he told how Scamp had saved Pumpkin from the big dogs. Scamp and Pumpkin got big hugs. "Good dog, Scamp," said Darling and Jim. Scamp's parents, Lady, and the tramp smiled proudly at their son. Then all the people went upstairs to bed, and all the pets settled down for the night. Pumpkin curled up next to Scamp. "Purr," she went. "Sweet dreams," growled Scamp. Aw, what a fun adventure. Scamp and Pumpkin got lost in the city, and then Scamp saved the day by scaring off those dogs. That was so cute. All right, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi friends, for today's activity we're going to do a little bit of a science experiment. So it doesn't take very many things. I have a little bit of dish soap. So this is like the blue bottle dish soap, and I just put a tiny bit on a plate because you only need a little drop. And then I have another plate, but you got to make sure that it'll hold water for you. So it can't be one that's super flimsy. And then of course I have some water, since I said I needed a plate that does that. And today I'm going to use pepper, but you can use anything that's super small and light, like any seasoning, but I'm going to use pepper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my water and I'm going to pour just a little bit to cover the whole bottom of my plate. Okay? And then I'm going to take my pepper, and mine's a grinder, but otherwise you can just shake it. And I'm going to put some pepper all over the water, make a big mess. But I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to cover the top of the water with pepper. All right. So I'm going to show you what this looks up close. And then I'm going to show you what happens if I add soap to it. What do you think will happen? Okay, so here's my plate full of pepper. You can see if I give it a little wiggle, it's all just kind of floating around except for the big chunks went to the bottom. But now I'm going to come over to my soap and I'm just going to dip one little finger in it. Get a tiny bit on there. You don't need a whole lot at all. And we're going to come back to our pepper plate. And you're going to see what happens when I dip the soapy finger into the middle of the plate. Pay attention to the pepper. Are you ready? Did you see that? The soap made the pepper explode to the outside. It pushed it away from it. So cool. Why do you think that happened? Let me know what you think. All right, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.